Welcome back to the Oz Cro Soccer Show, and it's an absolute pleasure to bring onto the screen now our very, very special guest tonight, Ivica Petrlic from the Gospic Bears. Ivica, how are you?
Good morning. Good morning. Good evening, gentlemen. Crazy. How am I? I'm a bit in shock, to be honest. But just every day, just being strong for the players and for the club. It's been a very turbulent time. We did actually play on Sunday because I didn't actually know of the passing of our coach. That was a very interesting day. And then I got the news at 5 o'clock in the evening, which till this day I still can't believe. But what's happened going forward is we've had an overwhelming response from our Croatian community and our Croatian clubs, local and abroad, in the state, giving us great messages and support. It's been fantastic response. And from the Club Gospic, I want to thank every one of those Savas members and the Croatian community, from locals to interstate. So we're very humbled for that support we are getting.
As we can see on the screen, he leaves behind a very young family. Maya, his wife, Zara, his beautiful little girl, and there's a little boy on the way as well. Due end of the year, it's a tragic time. It really is. I know. I got the news about not even an hour before we were meant to come on air for the Football Out West show, and as we said at the start of the show, Maxi was such a passionate fan of the Football Out West show, of our program, the Oz Cro Soccer Show, and he even tuned into the third show of our family, the Geelong Region Soccer Show. Even though he wasn't from Geelong, he took an active interest in what was happening with all soccer at all levels. He was a passionate Liverpool supporter, passionate Hajduk Split supporter. He was just an incredible person. And if it's so many people say we didn't even know him, we never met him, but we felt like we knew him. Now, you who knew him really well, give us a little bit of an insight as to what the real MAXI Sentic was like.
Well, that's an interesting story just on that point. I didn't even know his name was Mio until just recently. So when we actually had a discussion over a few drinks about that, and I still couldn't believe him. But me and Maxi go back 2003 playing resis for Dinamo. I was a right winger. He was a right winger. At the time, he didn't really like me much because I got more game time than him. But he did, it's good to have that conversation. But as I said, I didn't know Maxi from that time on. And then come 2 years ago during COVID, we had a season launch at Dinamo, and I was going to get some drinks for the boys, and I saw Maxi buying a packet of chips, and I said, "What are you doing, Maxi? We've got a couple of boys upstairs. Come upstairs. We've got a season launch. We're having a few drinks. What are you doing?" And he goes, "Oh, look, Ivica, I'm not a bear." And I said, "Well, not yet." So. And that's how the start of the tenure of MAXI Sentic at the Gospic. I planted the seed, and he became my assistant coach for the season 2021. And he helped me a lot. And I'm very grateful for what Maxi's done for the team, for the club, especially in our tough times. For me personally, I spoke to Maxi on a weekly basis. We spoke about many aspects of many things, more so football. How's the team going? Where they're going, the direction we're going in. And we spoke a lot about the future and what it looks like. And that's why it's very hard for me.
Yeah, look, it would be tough, mate. And I could endorse what you're saying there. If it's from my own perspective, I've had a fortune of knowing Maxi over a few years now. But I'll give you one little bit of insight here, gentlemen. Is my daughter was invited by Maxi and Robbie Rubinic in 2018 to join the Dinamo women's team at the Croatian soccer tournament in Goldie. And after a few training sessions, they were happy to include her, and they thought that she'd fit in well, and went to extreme lengths to make sure that she felt like a Dinamo girl, that she like she wasn't anywhere else, and kitted her out, and just made sure that she was looked after. Even after the tournament, and when Jasmine decided that she couldn't stay at St Albans, so she had a year 12 studies to do and all that sort of stuff, Maxi would call her every week and say, "How was your game? How was your game?" And that went on to this day, like to the last weekend.
It speaks volumes of Maxi's
that's
big
the guy
heart.
he is, mate.
Yeah. My own recollection of him when I first met him, speaking of St Albans Dynamo, he came into the FNR studios when we were doing the first season of Football Out West, and he came into the studio, and he almost like was in awe of us for promoting the sport, for promoting the club. But I mean, we've seen this last week. He's had such a touching effect on so many people, and not just the Croatian clubs. I've seen on Football Out West, I've seen on the Geelong Region Soccer Show, I've seen on the Oz Cro Soccer Show, I've seen on St Albans Dynamo's sites, everywhere, all the social medias. People from other clubs are just, hvalospjev is the Croatian word. They're giving out praise to this man. I am personally in awe at how much this guy has touched the hearts of the football community around. And look, our own story, Josipe, take our hats off to Maxi. Maxi was responsible. And Ivica, you can probably back me on this. He was responsible for getting the Gospic Bears to be our first club to be the sponsor of this show, and that got the catalyst rolling for all the other clubs, all the sponsors. He was the one that pokrenuo je inicijativu, as they say in Croatian. I'm I don't know, so emotional at the moment I can't even speak English properly.
Or Croatian.
Or Croatian, yeah. And that was one of the things, Maxi Bogbu Pokoj dao. He was from Metković, we were from Metković. We shared so much in common. He loved his Croatian soccer. We shared so much in common. We loved Hajduk and Liverpool and all that. But the one thing that we shared so much in common was our love for the community. And that is the one thing that seems to just resonate with everyone. Yeah. It was just an incredible man.
With I know that there's a lot of people hurting at the Gospic and the St Albans surrounds as well. I know that the club's going through some efforts to try and help the family out. Did you want to explain a little bit about that?
Yeah, so just based on this photo you guys are presenting right now, I'm very grateful for Dynamo for opening up the club on a Monday. We just thought it was a good idea to get all the playing group to, come down and have a chat and have a drink in Max's honour. And it was really good. It was really good. We had a nice prayer from Mario Djurjevic. He spoke very highly of Maxi, and his prayer, it really touched the heart. And it was really good to have the Gospic Bears faithful there, the players there, to show Maxi that, we cared, and, we were really were very fortunate to have him in our presence at the club. So sorry, Yossi, what was your question?
The club's organising some extra support for the family as well?
Yes, so I'm just going to make a quick mention. This is a big shout out to, what was his name?
Tomislav
Kral. Yeah, so Tomislav Kral is a great friend of Maxi's, and he's started a GoFundMe page, which is fantastic, a great effort. And I just want to make mention to all the community out there and anyone who's donated. Last time I checked, it's at $30,000.
Wow.
The aim is, the aim is to get 50,000. Yep.
Yeah, and that snap that you see there, that was taken during the middle of the day, towards the end of the day, actually. So it's probably in the last couple of hours that's almost doubled. So that's incredible. Yeah, that was probably earlier today, around about 3 p.m. or something like that. So look at that. That's incredible.
It just goes off what you mentioned, Tonchi. He touched a lot of people's hearts here and afar, and at Gospic ourselves, we've put into place whatever the playing group donates, the club will match as well. So that money will be coming into the donation. But it's been a great response. I've just looked at all the names, and it's been a great response from so many people out there that from myself and from the Gospic community. We are very grateful and thankful of that.
Yeah, thanks, Craig Filer. Craig Filer's just updated us. That's 33,000 at the moment. So thanks, Craig. Yeah.
So,
that's
after a day. That's after a day, guys. That's pretty amazing.
We've no doubt all had family members in recent times that we've had to say goodbye to. We know it's a really uncomfortable place to be, and you have to start talking about selections of things. And when you start seeing those price tags mount up, it can really smack between the eyes how confronting that is. And I guess from a community perspective, from someone like Maxi, who's done so much in terms of his input for other people's other people to have a great output, it's the least that we can do as a community is to come together. And whatever it might be, whether it's $1 or $2, or whether it's 100 or 200, or whether it's 1,000 or 2,000 or more, please, Croatian community, come together here in Australia. I know there's businessmen out there that can probably help a little bit more. This is a young family with a baby on the way who will never meet their father. It's important that we do the right thing and stand shoulder to shoulder here and make sure that those little kids and Maya have a sensible way of life and they can support each other through these toughest of times.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's well said. Well said, Josip. Well said.
Yeah. Getting back to that thing there. There's the website, guys. This is the GoFundMe page. www.gofundme.com/F/May-Spirit-Live-on. May Maxi Spirit Live On. Please
just make it easy. Just jump on the Bears website. It's right there, guys.
Oh, there you go.
We'll have it on ours too, Tonch. We'll get it
absolutely.
out to as many people as possible. But you know, if we have to lean on a few people, Tonch, we'll lean on a few people, mate.
Yeah, absolutely. It is just, please, if you can, do donate. It is a. As we said, we'll pop that photo up of his young family. It's tragic. It is tragic when you see something like that. It really is heartbreaking. Don't ask us what was the cause of it. We just know it was a heart attack. We just don't know anything else. And whatever it is, it is truly, truly tragic. But may he rest in peace. But I know it's still too early, but Maxi was always talking about the future and down the track and planning, and it was Gospic Bears are a very, very ambitious club. Have the guys had any chance to sort of think where to next, what next? I know it's hard to talk about a succession plan at the moment, but is the game going to go ahead this Sunday? Is there going to be an interim coach? What now, Ivica?
The game will go ahead this Sunday, out of respect for Maxi, but the following Sunday we might have to postpone in due course to the funeral. We don't know when the funeral is going to be. So a succession plan is we've got assistant coach, Josip Radosevic, who will take reign, and then I'll help him support him as much as he possibly can. And that's a good thing about Gospic. It's always been that way. We've always been a small club. We've always been that community club for the Croatian community. And we've always been that family club that everyone respects. I don't think I've ever heard a bad thing about Gospic, and that's why I do what I do for the club, because I just feel like there's so much potential for our small club going forward. I hear it all the time. There's so many young Croatians that are playing at top Croatian clubs that are not getting a run. So then I ask the question, where are they going? You know what I mean? So we've definitely got plans, but how do I go about those plans? It's not as easy as one says. So. So with Maxi, as I said, I spoke to him on a weekly basis, and we spoke about many things, and he had big plans, and I agreed with his plans. He wanted to get to State 5, and when I heard those words from him, it's just makes your heart grow fonder, because that's that's what any club wants. You don't want to play in the lower leagues. You want to test yourself. You want to see what you're capable of doing and capable of achieving.
Well, we while you cross the line.
Yeah, I know we would have got support from, our fantastic club, Dinamo. They've been with us. They've supported us for the past 6-7 years. We're on the verge of folding because of outside influences. But Dinamo came to our saviour, and that will never be forgotten. We're very grateful for Dinamo and what Dinamo does for us year on out.
That's what a community does, mate.
Absolutely. Dario Međugorac in the comment section says, R.I.P. Maxi. Gents, thank you for paying great tribute and awesome respect on this show and on Football Out West. It's appreciated. Dario, it's appreciated from us. Trust us. Because Maxi's done so much for the Football Out West show and indeed the Oz Cro Soccer Show. It's absolutely, the absolute least we can do.
I'll tell you what, Tunch, during the day, as you know, you and I always on show day, we're always in touch with each other 4 or 5 times before. And I was driving home from my son's training, and I was just like, how's this going to be the same? I'd look to the right of my panel, and the first name I saw every week. Yeah.
And let me just bring up a couple of those comments. There we go. Look at this. This is from last week, and this is I'm gonna struggle to keep it together. These were comments Maxi Sentic made last week. He just bombarded us with comments, positive comments. Ask Spider what was it like to arrive at AC Milan for the first time and which teammates he keeps in contact with today. Many of those that have gone abroad to develop have come back. He was there to give his opinion. He was there to give his encouragement. He was always there to give everything. Great work, gents. Love the results wrap you guys do every week. Great insights. Amazing. Thanks, gents. This killed me. This absolutely killed me. Good stuff, gents. See you next week.
Yeah.
Let's just leave it at that, huh?
Yeah.
R.I.P. Maxi Sentic. Gone, but never, ever, ever forgotten. Ivica, thank you so much. And please keep us posted with any details of the funeral. When that happens, I know it's probably still too early for that. Is there any way of knowing when it is going to be approximately, roughly?
So I just got some information from his brother Ante. He's going to keep me posted with the funeral dates, but he did request, which he did request from the club that all the players wear their colours at the funeral.
Yeah.
So it was
Speaking of which, folks, we're told by Craig Filer, my co-host on Football Out West Show, and Steve Curtin as well. They are going to be doing how appropriate and how relevant it is that they will be commentating Sunday's game. So St Albans Dynamo will be playing this Sunday at home. There will be some form of probably a minute silence or something like that as well, in honour as tribute to Maxi. But there's the GoFundMe page. You can have a look at the address there, or you can go to the Gospic Bears Facebook page. We'll pop it on our page as well. Let Maxi's spirit live on. Folks, he was a great man, and I know how Maxi would have been. He would have wanted us to celebrate football, celebrate him. And all I'm going to say is that this epitomizes a true Croatian. He was a passionate Hajdukovac, but he was also happy to don the famous Dinamo shirt as well. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. And may his memory live on. Ivica, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. I know it wasn't easy, but
thank you, boys. Appreciate it.
As you said, it was Maxi wanted. If it was up to Maxi, he would wanted the show to go on. I'm sure. If there's good internet connection up there in heaven, he's tuning into this program.
Fast, mate. He's got that super fast.
And evo mi nešto ima tu. There's something there. People, maybe you don't know anything about this, but I'll let you in on a little secret. Maxi Sentic was the king of our comments. He was the king of our comments. For some unknown reason, unexplained reason, our chat lines, our comments is not working tonight.
You're joking.
I'm not joking.
I can see it here.
No, we can't.
It's not. We can't see it on our instrument panel. Yeah, right. We can't see it, and I'm having to get an iPad and then just keep on scrolling. That's why my mind's sort of been on other things today. That is dead set.
You have to go to Facebook to see it. We can't see it on our panel.
It's good to see some touching comments from the Gospic elite and people from the community. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Even Jimmy Coors is from Gippsland.
Yeah, touching tribute, man. R.I.P. Maxi. Anthony Zorvak says one of the true gentlemen within our community, passionate about all of our clubs and community. Absolutely, absolutely so true. Couldn't have said it better myself. Ivica, thank you so much for joining us. Boys. We really appreciate it.
Laku noć, guys. Thanks very much.
Laku noć.